put my legs out, there are narcotics all over the floor of his back of his car. And I told him, I said, hey, look, there's drugs all over the back of your car. He charged me with those also.
God, I'm sorry for laughing, but that's just...
I mean, I'm serious. I go to court on the 23rd, and they're very serious about a 6-month state jail. And I agree. A pack of noodles, ramen noodles, I was very hungry. I was very starved in there. I'm diabetic. They were giving me insulin and wasn't checking my blood sugars, giving me medications. I mean, when I went in there, they told me, they asked me what kind of medication was I on. I told them I have some psych medication. They had me on Ativan and Librium. I mean, it was 10 pills on the cart. I'm student nursing. My mom's an RN. I knew full well that there were too many contradictions in the drugs. But yet and still, if you refused, then they pulled you out and put you in a cell until you took your medication.
I'm so sorry for this. Due to the nature of my work, I get several calls and emails like this every week. It just tears my heart out that I
have kids. Can you help me? I go to court on the 23rd. Do you have anybody that might can assist me or help me? Because I'm in a very bad situation. I can't laugh at it.
And I'm not meaning to, I'm just laughing at the stupidity of the whole drug war, and not at you at all. All right? I'm sorry about that. No, I tell you what, I mean, I don't know. I'm not an attorney. I don't have any attorney friends that, you know, do pro bono work, but...
But even if it's at a discounted rate, just somebody to work with me to help me. And I moved from Fresno, from Till Run. Where's the sheriff's department? I'm appalled. I lost the house in Fresno, and I'm on South Post Oak. And I mean, it's like a city under siege. You know, you actually see addicts walking, shaking up and down the road. Everybody burglar barred up. The police are so corrupt. It's not funny. All my money came up missing, and then it took my mother 2 or 3 days to locate my vehicle. By the time she did, it was $290 to get it out of tow. Not to mention the money that I lost. And why would you take my jewelry? I'll put it in my purse and then send it off with the tow truck driver with my house keys in my car, my keys to my vehicle.
Miss, I can't promise you anything. I want to say this. My email is dean@drugtruth.net. Shoot me an email. Perhaps I can help a little. I just don't know what to say other than I am trying to.
Again?
My name is Dean. It's dean@drugtruth.net. And I will see what I can do. I promise you, I don't have a lot of clout, but it irks me, and I'll see if I can't find something.
And maybe we can find out if anybody else is at the same problem with the same wrecker truck and the same policeman.
Yes, ma'am, because I have no doubt that it happens all the time. I thank you for your call.
Okay, and I do want to say this. I am fortunate that I have my booking information where it shows that it was no personal effects with the exception of my cell phone. And then I have the tow truck log that says where it listed various items, my purse, all these things. But when I get my car is totally ramshacked, and it's all kind of things that were missing out of my vehicle.
It's not... It's a horrible story, but I'm sad to say it's just not that unusual. It happens all the time. That's the work I try to do, is to end this madness.
And I want to tell you this, too. The entire time that I was in jail, never saw a bar of soap, never bathed. It was 4 days before TB test was done, and they were pulling positive people out of the tank all the time. And I said, this is ridiculous. You have people with TB that are mixed in, and because I raised question about that, I said, well, you know, it's ridiculous. No soap. They didn't bathe you when you weren't bathed. I can't tell you the smells and the conditions inside. And not to mention there were 4 deaths while I was there. 4 deaths. One lady, they pulled her wisdom tooth, and she had an abscess, and she died. And she was in the tank that I was in.
I'm so sorry, ma'am. Do send me that email. I'll see what if I can do anything at all, but we can at least talk, okay?
Okay, and I could tell you about some more things I heard in the medical department when I was there about them performing CPR on someone inappropriately, cracked a rib, which punctured their lungs, and that sent them there. They beat up one guy and fractured his arm, and if you check the hospital dates, you'll see that they had 4 people that went to Ben Taub that particular night that I'm talking about. I witnessed it, and they slammed the door shut and say, "You ain't seen shit."
Okay, ma'am. We do appreciate your call.
Thank you.
Okay. Please watch the language, my friends. Well, as I understand, we're going to break, and we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Willie Nelson from NORML. For 30 years, NORML has provided a voice for the millions of Americans who smoke marijuana responsibly. More than 500,000 Americans are arrested each year for smoking pot. These are ordinary citizens like you and me, whose lives and careers are being needlessly destroyed. To learn how you can help, contact NORML at www.norml.org or call toll-free at 888-67-NORML.
Hey, this is Tommy Chong, and you're watching Drugs, Crime, and Politics.
All right, my friends, you are indeed watching Drugs, Crime, and Politics. My name is Dean Becker. I'm a member of Law Enforcement Against Prohibition, and also a reporter based at KPFT Houston, 90.1 FM. I do 9 shows per week about the harms of the drug war, and we're taking your calls dealing with the subject of drug war, and I'm told we have another caller on the line. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can bring them in. Hello, sir. You're on the line.
Thank you. I'd just like to add a little bit about Harris County Jail.
Yes, sir. Please do.
I had the inconvenience of spending 15 months on there. I bonded out, and then I got picked up another charge, so they no-bonded me. And I mean, so I've been in other jails, and it was against the law in other states to sleep on the floor. I literally slept on the floor for about 12 months, you know, and if you wanted to get a bunk, you had to pay extortion to the guys that were in there. They were extorting people, beating people up. I also actually seen people die in there. One guy overdosed. But the only thing good about it, I hate to say, well, you could get Vicodin for like, a suit, and there was Vicodin everywhere. I mean, I don't know how to get away with some of this stuff. And, I was just hoping with the Democrats coming in, maybe they would investigate Harris County Jail. But it's just, I just can't believe they get away with it. I thought maybe with Bush in there, the Republicans swept a lot of this stuff under the rug. But, we're hoping maybe with the Democrats, and I did see a headline one time in the Chronicle that they were investigating Harris County Jail, but, I mean, it was just outrageous, the overcrowding and just the brutal treatment and the extortion.
Well, and as I understand it, the federal government has done a massive investigation. I'm sure on the days they inspected the jail, it didn't look quite like you're indicating. I'm sure they're shuffling people around and making it look a little better for those inspectors. But even despite that, the federal inspectors found that they were not providing adequate medical attention. They weren't providing enough guards. They didn't have sufficient intercoms. And basically that they were overcrowded to the point of being unconstitutional. What's going to happen at this point? Who knows? I mean, it's still being stifled. It's still going on, and yet you know, somehow it's not front page in the newspaper every day. Your thoughts?
I just, you know, it was so much better. I finally did TDC for about 6 months and got it over with, you know. And that, the other thing I also like to mention is